In order on this Tuesday, December 6, 2022. It is now 4:36 p.m. The meeting will begin. Can you please stand for a pledge of allegiance? And a quick moment of silence after. Commissioner Myrick, can you lead us, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call on the commissioners.
Talmadge.
Here.
Soto Presley.
Here.
Garay.
Here.
Myrick.
Here.
Hopperidge.
Here, for the record, all five are present. I'm going to allow Attorney Westland to open up for line item number 6. When we get to that, there's a acceptance request for qualifications on financial consultants. Okay, then number 3 is declaration of conflict of interest. All right, number 4, communications.
None were received.
Okay, that brings us to number 5, our minutes. We've got 3 dates: October 4th, 2022, October 18th, 2022, and November 1st, 2022.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion for the acceptance of the minutes for October 4th, 2022, October 18th, 2022, and November 1st, 2022 for the Hammond Redevelopment Commission.
Second.
We got a motion by Commissioner Talmadge, seconded by Commissioner Myrick. Our minutes dating October 1st, 2022, October 18th, 2022, and November 1st, 2022. There's no questions or corrections or additions to these minutes. Roll call, please.
Talmadge.
Yes.
Soto Presley.
Yes.
Garay.
Yes.
Myrick.
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes. Motion passes. 5 yes. Okay, brings us to number 6. That's the acceptance of requests for qualifications for the financial consultants.
Members of the commission, you had 3 responses. The first one was Baker Tilly Municipal Advisors, Dan Bowditch and SCH of Indiana is the second one. And the third one is Carl Sender of Sender Dalton Municipal Advisors.
Okay, just need to refer these to staff again, right?
Yes.
Mr. President, I make a motion to refer to staff the acceptance of requests for qualifications for financial consultants.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second on the floor. Roll call, please.
Talmadge.
Yes.
Soto Presley.
Yes.
Garay.
Yes.
Myrick.
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes. 5 yes. Thank you, Attorney Westland. All right, brings us to 7, approval of WJR landscaping snow removal contract. There's 3 addresses there on this work: 5209 Holman Avenue, 5233 Holman Avenue, and 5246 Holman Avenue.
Members of the commission, in your package, you'll find the snow removal contract for WRJ Landscaping. This is for snow removal for the properties as stated previously. These are buildings in the downtown area that are owned by the Hammond Redevelopment Commission. And last year, they were the company that we used for snow removal, and they're just resubmitting this year for a renewal of their contract.
Mr. President, I make a motion for approval of the WJR Landscaping Snow Removal Contract for 5209 Holman Avenue, for 5233 Holman Avenue, and 5246 Holman Avenue.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Soto Presley, seconded by Commissioner Myrick. Let's have a roll call then, please.
Talmadge.
Yes.
Shuttle Presley.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Myrick.
Yes.
Hopperich.
Yes, motion passes, 5 yes. Okay, number 8 is action on proposal response for Jacob Square infill residential home development, RFP.
So months ago, we had put out a request for proposals on some of the lots that we own in Jacob Square for potential residential development. And a lot of time has transpired. I think there was 1 or 2 interested parties, but there's been some property added to the list. So we thought it prudent to, for someone to make a motion that we're going to start this process over. We're going to reject all the previous ones, and we want to get a complete list and have somebody come in potentially with a complete plan for the numerous lots that are located in that subdivision. So I think really what we're just looking to have something on record, a motion that all previous submittals are rejected and that the staff is authorized to start this process over.
So move. Second.
Okay, it makes sense, Attorney Weston. Then we have a motion by Commissioner Myrick, seconded by Commissioner Talmadge. Is there any further questions? Okay, roll call, please.
Talmadge.
Yes.
Shuttle Presley.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Myrick.
Yes.
Hopperich.
Yes, motion passes, 5 yes. Number 9, approval of First Amendment for Hammond Legal Aid, CDBG-CV Legal Assistance.
Commissioners, the Hammond Legal Aid Clinic provides legal services to our low-income residents in our city, mainly dealing with tenant landlord issues. Their original agreement was $20,000, and staff would like to recommend to obligate an additional $50,000 in order for them to extend their services per this agreement.
Mr. President, I make a motion for the approval of the First Amendment for Hammond Legal Aid, CDBG-CV Legal Assistance.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Talmadge, seconded by Commissioner Myrick. Let's have roll call then, please.
Talmadge.
Yes.
Shuttle Presley.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Myrick.
Yes.
Hopperich.
Yes, motion passes, 5 yes. Okay, number 10 is approval of the First Amendment for North Shore Health Center, CDBG-CV COVID vaccine.
Commissioners, North Shore Health Services, they were given funds to provide medical assistance to low-income individuals in our city. Their agreement is for $50,000. They don't need an additional funds, they just need an extension of time to expend those dollars. So if approved today, they will have until March 31st, 2023 to expend the funds that were given to them from 2021.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Miller. I see the dates there.
Mr. President, if there's no further questions, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of First Amendment for North Shore Health Center, CDBG-CV COVID vaccine.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Myrick, seconded by Commissioner Talmadge. Let's have a roll call, please.
Talmadge.
Yes.
Shuttle Presley.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Myrick.
Yes.
Hopperich.
Yes, motion passes, 5 yes. Number 11, approval of First Amendment for intermission ESG-CV case management.
Commissioners, intermission runs the Clark Street Shelter here in the city. And like the Hammond Legal Aid Clinic, we would like to provide them with additional dollars for them
Mr. President, if there's no further questions or discussion, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of First Amendment for Intervision, ESG-CV case management.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion then by Commissioner Myrick, seconded by Commissioner Tomich. There's no further questions for Ms. Miller. Roll call then.
Tomich,
Yes.
Toto Presley.
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hawkins.
Yes, motion passes 5 yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Miller.
Thank you.
Documents were well put together. All right, then that brings us to number 12, of determination of compliance for 2 industrial spec buildings at 2300 Michigan, St. Rear with the 2012 Hammond Central Redevelopment Area Plan.
Hello, my name is Jeff Brennan with Brunko, the property owner on, it's actually 2320 Michigan Street in the back where the development is. Basically, as a property owner, I'm also a commercial realtor with Commercial Insights, and we've noticed that there's a lack of properties out there that are in about the 10,000 square foot range on the market that have loading docks and drive-in truck doors. I mean, the product cannot be found anywhere in Northwest Indiana. So I decided as a property owner to develop the roughly 4 acres that I have in the back to create 2 buildings that will have smaller rental units for smaller businesses, because most of the things we get seeing being developed are 100,000, 200,000 square feet, and there's a lot of demand for that 10 to 20,000 square foot product. So that's what I'm here for today, is to get approval from you to move forward with my development.
Okay, yeah, I was looking it over. Looks pretty good, and it'd be a good space to utilize for those kind of buildings. I guess I'll bring Mr. Novak up. If you'd like to give your overview of this project?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Would you like to give your overview of this project?
Yeah, so we've been working with Jeff and his company Brenko throughout the year. And, you know, basically, like he said, just some underutilized space in the rear of his property. It currently already has 3 tenants in it. He would like to bring, you know, up to, I believe, 6 other tenants in the back between 2 buildings. One building of 27,000 square feet, one of, 36,000 square feet. There would be 3 rentable units in one and 4 rentable units in the other. But one would be reserved for Brenko, so he's looking to offer 6 units between, each one, between 5 and 11,000 square feet. He hasn't had tenants sign on the dotted line yet, but his estimate is that this could bring as many as 146 jobs between the 6 rental units. There's no issues with it as far as the zoning appeals or anything like that. The height is okay and all that. He'll need a certain height of building to operate cranes and things like that on the inside. But, it's pretty standard steel prefab building, pretty standard for that kind of industrial area. It's zone industrial. I think in line with the, applicable goals and objectives of strengthen and enhance the economic base, especially through, attraction of light industrial and warehouse industries, I think it meets that requirement. I can read my recommendation if you like.
No, you just answered my question. I think it's a pretty good fit for that area right there.
So do I.
Yes, thank you, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue on, Tom. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. Right now, the construction bid's estimated at $7 million addition, so that'll be new assessed value to the city of Hammond. Yeah, and, looking at all the requirements and the goals of the 2012 Hammond Central Redevelopment Area, I think it checks the lists. If you want, I can read the recommendations. Staff has conducted a preliminary review of the site and development plan. It is recommended that the Redevelopment Commission determine that the project is in compliance with the 2012 Hammond Central Redevelopment Area Plan, subject to the final technical review of the plans. If you guys have any further questions, please let me know.
I just noticed, we have Brian Pollard. Is he gonna speak?
No, he's just viewing at this time.
Huh?
I think he's just watching.
He's just watching, okay.
Yes, and if everything goes well and into plan, I know Jeff Brennan, he is hoping to expand the buildings even further in the coming years and increase their capacity. So, you know, once he gets these built, we'll see what the market needs. But this could be the start of even further development.
It's a big initial investment, so.
Yes.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the determination of compliance for 2 industrial spec buildings at, is it corrected 2320 Michigan, or is that what you said?
So the confusing part is that the Lake County GIS does not reflect the 2320 Michigan Street application, but that's what I believe he would like to see the property be referred to as moving forward. And, yeah, go ahead.
I have 2 buildings on the property. In the front, on the north end, it's 2300 Michigan Street. And then there's another building south, and it's 2320 per the post office.
Okay.
So we're proposing that on the back, make 2330 and 2340 at the south end of the property.
Okay.
So in the motion, I should say 2320 or 2300?
Well, per the tax pin, it's 2320.
Okay. All right, so the spec building's at 2320 Michigan Street, rear with the 2012 Hammond Central Redevelopment Area Plan.
Second. I'm sorry, second.
Okay, we have a motion then by Commissioner Tomich, seconded by Commissioner Myricks. Is there any further questions for Mr. Novak? Okay, roll call.
Talmadge,
Yes.
Total Presley,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hopper.
Yes, motion passes 5 yes. Okay, brings us
Thank you.
to 13, our bills, register of claims.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to pay the Register of Claims for, from October 7th, 2022 through December 1st, 2022 for Register of Claims R6225 through R62497 inclusive.
I think you missed the 1 on the end of that.
Oh, let me reread that. For R62251 through R62497 inclusive. I apologize.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion. Commissioner Soto Presti, seconded by Commissioner Myricks. That's the register of claims dating October 7th, 2022 through December 1st, 2022, claim R62251 through claim R62497. Is there any questions on these claims? Okay, roll call.
Talmadge,
Yes.
Total Presley,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hopper.
Yes, motion passes 5 yes. All right, brings us to 14 reports. Ms. Carver, would you like to share anything tonight?
No reports at this time.
All right. Thank you. Number 15, new and unfinished business. Is there anything tonight?
Nothing at this time.
All right. 16 then is public comment. Public comment is open. Public comment is open. You may come forward to speak if you may. Okay, Okay, public comment is closed. Public comment is closed. Number 17.
Mr. President, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Can you all signify by aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Meeting is adjourned.